Welcome to Healthy Lifestyle with Lori Anne. Well, happy 2020. Well, we made it. I'm so excited. I am Lori Anne Casdia, and our goal here at Healthy Lifestyle is to inspire, educate, and empower you to fulfill a healthy, emotional, spiritual, and physical life so you can feel empowered to live the life you have always wanted and dreamed. So we are so excited to come into 2020. Healthy Lifestyle is going in a direction that's a little different than we've had in the past. We're going to get a little deeper, provide you right on the radio different tools that you might be able to institute in your life. You pick and choose the ones that will work for you while still bringing you these wonderful guests who bring different kind of opportunity and loveliness into your life so you do create a better, balanced, healthy lifestyle. So with that said, we want to help you play a higher role and serve a higher purpose in your life. And today we have on our show our guest and my friend Patricia Balestras. She's from Bucket List Tours. It's a brilliant idea. She is so energetic and so wonderful at what she does. I was recently on one of her tours to see what it was like to be on a tour, and it is nothing but fun. You feel like family, and I want to welcome you to the show, Patricia. How are you? Welcome to the show.
Hi, Lori Anne. Thank you for having me.
Oh, pleasure to have you on the show. So Bucket List Tours, it's exactly what it means, correct?
Yes. We have this company that I take you on adventure anywhere from Montauk to Manhattan, and we check it off our bucket list together.
I love that. And when you decided to do this, how did you get into this? What led you to creating Bucket List Tours?
Well, since I'm a little girl, my mom would vouch for this. I always was about bringing everyone together and always planning an adventure. My mom used to call it Grand Central Station. She was like, Patricia, what are you doing now? It was always in me, even as a little girl. So getting older, and I see so many people who talk about doing things and not doing things, and I'm constantly looking for something different, things to see. You're on this earth one time, and my goal is to just see it all and check it all off. So with that in mind, I decided to create Bucket List Tours, and we go, and just they're only vacations. There's a lot of bucket lists that people have that are global. Mine are just local vacations, and I want to take them. We live in the best city in the world, I feel, New York City. So there's so much to see, so much to do, and there's always something new and exciting. So with that in mind, I created this, and I create vacations, something different, that includes an adventure, a meal, and a lot of fun along the way. Oh, yeah,
it is a lot of fun. So I went on one of your recent ones with the holiday lights, and it was amazing. We went into Brooklyn on a bus. We had so much fun on the bus. By the end of the trip, we all started exchanging numbers, and we're hanging out now. And it was just a group of random, different people from all different walks of life. And it was so much fun. And Patricia, you're just so good at bringing people together and having them meet one another and putting people together. You, like I love to put people together, and you have this energy that you're always making sure everyone's having fun. It's just,
thank you.
It's so nice, and it's real. You're very genuine, and I love that about you. We laugh so hard. I do like the games that you play, and you give out little gifts and stuff like that. It was fun. It got a little competitive on the bus.
It really did, and people really wanted a certain prize, and it was a lot of fun. So with that, I love bringing people together. It's just so natural for me. And when I see that the results of a trip and seeing people who didn't know each other when they first got on, I send an email out right before, and I'm like, all right, everyone, you're welcome to bring this, but I'm going to provide antipasto. Of course, there's wine on every trip. And I said, if you want to bring something additional, just remember we're 56 family members, so you have to share. And that's exactly what they do. So they come on the bus, and everyone gets to meet each other. We have a lot of fun, and we sing along. And depending on the theme of the trip is the trivia questions that I pick. So we're learning also. So if we go to the 9/11 memorial, we may talk about those trivia questions, so we learn about that. But for the holiday life, we did a lot of things, for Christmas and for Hanukkah.
Yeah, it was great, and the lights were fantastic. So how do you find these destinations? Because your destinations are very creative. I've lived on Long Island all of my life, and I never knew about this area where the lights are, and it was breathtaking, absolutely breathtaking, block after block after block, house after house. It was just amazing. I wouldn't want to live there because it would be hard to get back to your house, but what a gorgeous walk we took, and the houses were just beautiful. Where do you find these places?
Okay, so just for example, we went to Limani Gardens and Zyker Lights. We had 3 sold-out bus trips in December. I was very happy to see the results of that. When we went on the trip, it was just I was bringing everyone back to my old neighborhood. Being from Brooklyn, because that's where I started, I wanted to bring everyone to see the iconic neighborhood of where I grew up. And it's even gotten bigger and better since those days. And, going to Limani Gardens, it's been in business since 1938. I wanted to bring everyone for the upside-down pizza. We had a full family-style meal.
Yes.
And I wanted them to experience a nice Italian authentic meal, not on Long Island, in Brooklyn. And it's not fancy, but the food is very, amazing. It was delicious. And then from there, we went to my neighborhood in Zyker Lights and saw the beautiful neighborhood where I grew up.
It was extraordinary, and the food at Spumoni Gardens was really good. But you're really good at that too. You know all the restaurants. If you ever want to know a good restaurant to go to, you need to just email Patricia, because she knows. You just tell her what you want, and she knows all the best places to go and what to look for, what to avoid. I love that. So you've been doing this a long time and collecting data, and right? Is that what you've been doing?
Totally. So everywhere, I'm all about the signature. So why would I go into a restaurant? So even years ago, I would be like, so what's your signature dish? And they would tell me, and I would order it. Limani Gardens is known for their rice balls, their upside-down pizza.
Oh, those rice balls. Oh, my gosh.
They were like the best ever. So, and the upside-down pizza, some people like Tommaso's better. There's different places in Brooklyn. They may debate Limani being the best, but we got to experience it. What I want to do is bring you on places that maybe you've never been, and I want to make you experience, the food and, different things. So I just wanted to bring everybody to my neighborhood, and I wanted to enjoy a beautiful meal together on our Sunday fun days. All my trips are on Sundays that I had over the holiday. So we would have dinner at 4 o'clock, and then we would go see the lights. And it was just a beautiful day. So that's one of my trips. I have many different trips that I offer, so that's just one of them.
Yeah, that was a absolute lot of fun, and I would like to go on your Arthur Avenue trip as well, because that, oh my gosh, you know that area as well too.
Yes. So Arthur Avenue is the real Little Italy in my mind. So what's beautiful about it is everything that you go to, it's the mom and pop places, which you don't see right now on Long Island. We're all about convenience. And these specialty shops, like going where the bread is made and where the mozzarella is made that day, you can walk from place to place and get that. Everything was made fresh that morning. So yes, I would love to have you on the Arthur Avenue trip, which I'm planning in May. So I would love to have you join me.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody should come on that trip. It's so great. I've been to Arthur Avenue twice, and both times, like you said, probably some of the best ravioli. And I grew up in Dix Hills, so Deer Park ravioli is just really has always been our mainstay for ravioli. But after I went to Arthur Avenue, I hate to say this, but I think I like that one better. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Yes. So Chris Borgatti, he's a doll. He actually, when we go there, he has a demonstration of how he makes his raviolis. So he actually takes my clients and shows them how they're made from scratch. So he'll take the pasta, he'll show you. He actually does a full demonstration.
How much fun. I love that.
And the beautiful thing, it's been there for 100 years. It's like 101 years old. His dad started it, his family, and now he took it over. His father just passed away a few years ago. Oh. And it's amazing. People come from like 10 hours away. I met this man, and he's like, oh, my God, I just came from Maryland just to get the raviolis.
Oh, my goodness.
Bringing it back. People travel from all over.
Understandable.
It really is beautiful.
It is good.
Yeah.
So also with your bus chips, you you have a huge heart. You're very charitable. You're really kind to everyone who comes past your life or into your life or by your life. And you were just nominated for Best of Long Island. I was excited to hear that.
Right. Yes, I know.
And you received, you received the Angel. Well, as far as I'm concerned, you already did. You received the Angel Award in 2019, which is very prestigious. And also you received the Power Business and Women Award. I just, it's understandable. You constantly give back. You're always volunteering your time. Every time I speak with you, you're running to one event or another to support somebody else, the women in your life, other business entrepreneurs in your life. You're really, really magnanimous. So how did you come about really being so wonderful and giving back to so many different charities?
It's funny because it all started, I remember going to Pink Tie. That's where it started. It started with Pink Tie and going to one of their committee meetings. And I'll never forget the first time I walked in, I saw Joanne Winkhart's cave now. And I said, what is this? I was there for lunch with my girlfriend, and it was Valentine's Day at Refuge, and they were giving roses out, for the committee meeting. And she's like, you should come. So I came to the first meeting, and I'll never forget, I met Sue Cave. I call her Mama Cave. And she's like, come sit at my table. As soon as I met her, it was adorable. I'm like, okay. And then I started getting involved, and they needed donations. And I love giving back. I love helping. If I can be productive and help out and give back, it fills my heart. It makes me feel so good inside. And I think more people need to do that. I'm always trying to make, people feel good. There's a lot of people going through hard times. A lot of times people can't be bothered or don't have the time. And, I reach out and I want to make them feel better. And when I succeed, it makes me feel good inside.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we talk about that on Healthy Lifestyle all the time, that especially if you're down, if you feel depressed, or if you feel overwhelmed with everything that you're going through, sometimes if we get outside of ourselves and help somebody else, you recognize that there are people who have far harder, worse scenarios that they're dealing with and circumstances they're dealing with. And also it just makes you feel better to lift somebody else up and put a smile on their face. Even if it's just for a few moments, they don't forget it. They just will never forget that. And you do that every single day, Patricia. You put smiles on people's faces. If not through bucket list tours, it's for what you give back to the women tribe around you through your bucket list tours as well, and through your charitable work. And it's very admirable. And I really appreciate you and the philosophy that you have about giving back. You're just, like I said, a huge, huge heart. And I'm so proud to call you my friend. I really am.
Oh, I'm so proud that we became I can't believe that we met. I felt like it was destiny that we met, you and I, Lori Anne. I just love that you're in my life. It just adds to feeling so good. I'm surrounded by so many beautiful, powerful women around me that are all givers, and I think it's just a beautiful, it's really nice. We have a great circle of friends now from it, and I'm so grateful for what we have.
I am too.
Week, we were together. We were talking about this. We went to the Miller Ridge Inn, and we kicked off the new year. Yeah. And we said 2020, our vision is a lot of sunshine. So one of my girlfriends bought sunglasses for all of us. My girlfriend Irene, my Greek friend. I said, she was like, all right, get sunglasses for everyone. And we all wore our sunglasses, and we can't wait for all the sun to shine in 2020, which is already happening for so many of us. And I just think if you think positive and you just be productive every day when you wake up with a smile on your face and just looking into the sunshine, that's what it's all about. We can easily get depressed or feel defeated. We all have things behind our closed doors that, people keep internal, handle differently. And it's just very important to always have a positive state of mind and say, thank God for another day. Really, life is short, life is precious, and just be the best you can be. And, we're all going to make mistakes. But just, every day, how can I be better, next time? And, keeping it positive.
Yeah, without a doubt. Being better, helping other people, giving back. It makes us feel good. That's what we're here to do. We're here to learn and to serve. So if we're having those challenges, the challenge is there so that we can learn from it. So if we look at it from a different lens, not from our ego, but from our observer, try to figure out what we're supposed to learn from that challenge. And then we come out bigger and better on the other side. So sometimes that tunnel feels dark, but when you surround yourself with wonderful people like yourself, Patricia, that tunnel isn't dark anymore. You have a whole community behind you and surrounding you. So I love your whole philosophy. Yeah, it's about surrounding it. Now, Bucket List Tours is online, bucketlistoursny.com. You're on Facebook. You're on, you can follow you on Eventbrite too, right? They can purchase tickets to be on your tours and find out what tours are out there. Are you on Instagram as well?
I'm also on Instagram on the Bucket List Tours NY. So if you want to like my page, and then you can get notified when there's new tours coming out. And we're going to be putting some more. We're creating them right now. We're in the creative process. So there's some great tours that will be coming out right now. We're going to talk about your new tours in the second half. But I definitely want to promote and ask everybody to check it out while we're taking our break in a few moments. But before our break, I just want to ask you, Patricia, because I ask all of my guests, I think it's important to know your why you do something, why you get into business, why you take the actions that you do. So what's your why? What's your why for your bucket list tour? Why? Because I'm very passionate in everything I do, and I'm passionate about making people feel good. And I want to share what's inside of me. I want to bring you along the way and make you feel great and have people, instead of talking about it, doing it. I get so many people on my trips and say, Patricia, what else do you do? And they're like, you're amazing, whatever you do. It made us feel so good. They come with their husbands. They come with their friends. We celebrated a 50th birthday. And, with 29 girls.
That was on our trip. The trip I was on. Yeah, that was a great group of women.
So she was celebrating her 50th birthday. I had met with her before the trip, and we customized what we were going to do, but I wanted to surprise her too. She didn't know there was going to be a photographer. So I had a special photographer for her just to get group shots with her party. And I called one of her best friends, and they brought a cake, and then I had a tiara for her and a birthday sash, so she joined the 50 Club, and it was just a beautiful day. In addition, we always dress in themes, so all the girls were dressed. I'm like, dress me holiday glam. Fellas, wear your ugly sweaters. So we're all in the spirit when we get on the bus. And, we do that. So getting back to my passion is making people feel good and going that extra step to make it pleasurable.
Yeah, and knowing you are 200% into everything you do. So when you go on one of Patricia's tours, you're going to find that she's there, leading the tour, leading the way, leading the entertainment, leading the singing. And there was a lot of singing on our bus, and I loved every minute of it. And just really, not only do you put together the tour and you check off things on people's bucket lists, but you also make the experience so enjoyable, whether you're a singer or not, you feel like you want to jump in. Everybody was singing. In some points, we were singing at the top of our lungs. It was fun. We filled the bus with song and joy, and it was just such a good experience. And I look forward to being on other tours, going on other tours with you. And I really, really, that's what inspired me to have you on, because I wanted to start 2020 off with inspiration to get people to do your bucket list. 2020, write down what your bucket list is and start checking it off during 2020, starting with Patricia's tours. So, Patricia,
thank you.
It really is wonderful, and I can't wait to talk about the upcoming tours in a few moments. And I definitely want to let the listeners know about your favorite top 5 restaurants on Long Island that you would recommend. So when we come back, I want to talk about that, more about what the 2020 upcoming tours will be. We want to talk about your favorite all-time restaurant, and also you write a monthly monthly column, so I want to talk about that as well. So lots to talk about. So when we come back, don't miss it. Join us. Just take a break. Go grab a glass of water because you should be drinking water, and come back in a few moments. Welcome back to Healthy Lifestyle. I'm Lori Anne. If you have any questions, comments, or ideas you'd like to hear more about, please email us at healthylifestylewithla@gmail.com. That's healthylifestylewithla@gmail.com. And of course, follow us on social media at Healthy Lifestyle with LA. We love hearing from you, and we answer every email and post personally. By the way, in the coming few weeks, we will be live streaming on Facebook, so you really want to like Facebook and join us there, because we are going to be streaming from the studio live on Facebook. So I can't wait to do that. We have been speaking to Patricia from Bucket List Tours, and we were talking about all of her tours and how fabulous she is. Patricia, we left off where you were going to tell us your top 5 favorites in the Long Island, New York area for restaurants.
Okay. Hi, Lori Anne.
Hi.
Thank you. How are you? Okay, so my 5 top favorites. My first on the top is Il Mulino, which is in Manhasset. It's a really beautiful experience when you go in there. It's a beautiful meal, and everything is amazing. It's top service, and they play Italian music inside, and the wait staff is incredible.
It's very romantic, right?
Very romantic. If you're looking for a special occasion, a special anniversary or a birthday with someone that you love, that's the perfect atmosphere to go to. Definitely Il Mulino. That's my favorite by far. But if you want to know the other 4,
yes,
it's not always the fanciest, but it's all about the food and the authenticity of what you're having. So I love Patrizias, which is, there's multiple locations now. One of them is where I celebrated my last birthday, which was in Hicksville, and it was just amazing. It's family style, and the food is incredible. They have the pasta dish called money bags.
Oh my God, they were like fluffy pillows. Oh my gosh.
Fluffy pillow stuff with fontina cheese and a pink sauce with peas, and it was really amazing.
I couldn't stop eating them. They were so good. That and the singing. Oh my gosh, the napkins. You got to talk about that.
Oh, so it's not just the food experience; it's about the whole having a good time. And sometimes it could be like Il Mulino's a little more fancy. You won't shake a napkin, but in Patricia's, we had the place to ourselves basically, and we were shaking a napkin and dancing, and it was so much fun.
It really was, and the food was outstanding. It may not be fancy, but the food is just to die for. It's on my top 2.
Yeah. It was really good. If I'm going to the Hamptons, I love Montauk. In the summer, I'm usually out there with my boys, and we go to the Harvest. The Harvest is a really great experience also. If you want to go to somewhere, they have a calamari salad that I really enjoy there. Their food is just very, very delicious.
Excellent. Okay, what's number 4?
Okay. I love Limani. Limani is in Roslyn, and it's another great spot. They have great food, so it's Mediterranean. It has an open kitchen. It used to be an old car dealership, and they converted it into a restaurant, and the food is incredible. And, they do have, it can be a little pricey, but they do have a price fix. If you sit before 6:30, you get a 4-course meal. It's a price fix meal, and you get the same quality as you're getting later in the evening. And it's seafood, whole fish, and they do a great job.
What was the name of that again?
Limani. And there's so many great restaurants. It's so hard to tell. I can go up. Each place just has something special. I always want to know what their signature is. Now, the fifth one, I would say, is Hendricks. I really enjoy Hendricks. The food there, the atmosphere is another place that's in Roslyn. And the food is very, very good there.
Wow, that's great. So Patricia's top 5. That's a good. You need to write that down, all of them down, because she really knows her stuff. And I'm telling you, I've been to 2 of those restaurants, and I definitely concur, Patricia. It's
okay, good.
It's really they're really nice. I've never been to Hendricks. So what kind of food is there?
Hendricks. It's basically, they have everything off the menu. They have steak, seafood. They have many different choices just for everyone's appetite. So it's just everything that's there. It's very good. And, I didn't get into the steakhouses, but Bryant and Cooper is my favorite.
Which is that?
Bryant and Cooper.
Oh, really?
They opened the Bryant over at the Bryant. They opened in Huntington in Melville. They opened the second restaurant, but the original is from Manhasset, and that's Bryant and Cooper. So I've been there for dinner, and I sat next to Boomer Esiason as he's sitting there with his family, and the steak is just incredible.
Wow. I'll have to keep that in mind for a dear friend of mine.
Okay.
There we go. That's so exciting. So now, drum roll. So let's talk about your upcoming tours. What do you have on the and this is like the first reveal on it too. What do you have coming up on your schedule for some tours?
So I have 2 tours coming up in the spring so far that I put together. The first tour is we will be going into New York City. We will be going on a double-decker bus once we get into Midtown. We're going to be doing the Uptown Loop into Harlem, and we're going to be going to 19 different points. Museum Row, Harlem. There's a lot to see uptown. Everyone always goes Midtown to downtown, but I take everyone on the Uptown Loop around, and we have a private tour guide for 90 minutes who just talks all about the history. There's so much history to be had in the city, and she actually takes us, we wear headsets, and she takes us around to different parts of town. So we do that. From there, we go back to Midtown. We go to Buca di Beppo for a lunch. We get a family-style lunch, and it's 3 courses, and we get a private room. And after we have lunch, we get back on my bus, and I take everyone to Pier 78, where we will go aboard. We will go on a ship, on a cruise ship, on a ferry, I guess you could say. And we will, go around the Hudson. So we see the downtown loop, and we have a tour guide on that boat also. So we get to see the Big Apple by land and by sea, all in one day with a nice meal along the way.
Oh, my gosh. I love that tour. So the tour is New York City by land and by sea. That's awesome. What's the second trip?
Okay, so the second trip that we have is we're going to be going to the vineyards. So we want to go to beautiful wine country. Everyone always wants to drink. They want to not worry about driving. So we actually have convenient pickup locations along the LIE that will pick them up, and we will head to the North Fork, and we go to wine country. We go to the 3 award-winning vineyards, which I'm not to name, but we have, first thing when we get to the first vineyard, we'll be going with a wine master into the barrel room, and they're going to teach us the process from grape to glass and how the wine is made. So we're going to learn first. The first part of the trip we're learning, and then the rest we're going to be becoming wine connoisseurs together. So we'll have tastings, and there'll be tastings at each vineyard. At the second vineyard, we'll be having a full sit-down lunch, and then there's going to also be entertainment. So we're going to be doing that also in the spring.
That sounds like so much fun. My son is a sommelier, so anytime you mention wine tasting and wine masters, I love to learn more so I can call him up and ask him questions, and he just shakes his head. When I ask him all these questions, he's like, Mom, by now you should know this stuff. So it's very funny. But that sounds really good. So 3 different vineyards. They get learning barrel from grape to glass in the barrel room, which a lot of times you're not allowed in. So it's really cool that the wine master is inviting you into his or her workspace. So that's always exciting. Tastings, that's always great. And then then the full sit down lunch with entertainment. That is just Incredible. And if somebody wanted to sign up for either one of these tours, the by land and by sea tour or the vineyards, where would they go, Patricia?
So they would go onto Eventbrite and they would look for bucket list tours, and they would find what tours I have going on, and they could book a tour there. Or they can go onto my Instagram, and they can go to Bucket List Tours NY, follow me on there. Also on Facebook, my events are listed currently on there. I'm already having orders. I just posted it a couple of days ago. And basically, they can call me also if you want to get in touch with me. My phone number is 631-863-6368. They can call the office, and someone will get back to them.
That is outstanding. So, and they fill up really quickly. I know that the 3 trips that you had in December, those buses just packed out really quickly. So if you're looking to do something new this spring, check it out. Definitely follow Bucket List Tours on Facebook and Instagram, because you'll get notification of new and upcoming tours, because you're always adding tours, right? These are just the first always. 2 in the 2020 lineup.
Correct. Yeah, we're going to be having many more tours to come.
Yeah, you do pretty much a tour a month after a certain date, right?
Yeah. So we go right into Christmas.
And you do you do corporate trips and group trips?
So in addition to my group, my tours that I do, I get customers who call me and they want to say thank you to their clients instead of giving them something. They purchase tickets for their clients to say thank you for thank you for your business, and then they buy tickets from me, and then I bring them along. So they live on Long Island. So when you're looking for a gift, something different, instead of giving, a basket or something, you just give them something, an adventure. It's something that they look forward to, and they're thrilled once they come on. I've done a lot of customers from a lot of the finance groups, mortgages, and
sure.
They just want to have thank you, and then they give it to the secretaries. And
that's a nice way to thank employees. That's a nice way to thank customers and partners and things like that, to go on these trips. And really, they are adventures, and you make them so much fun. And the food is always top notch, and the drink is so top notch. And whether you drink or not, it's just a lot of fun. So even if you don't drink and you go on the vineyard tour, you're still learning about grape to glass. You're still sitting down for a full meal. And when honestly, you don't skim, Patricia. Yeah, every time we go eating someplace, the food is magnificent, and the choices you make are really, really great. I love that you focus on signature dishes, because the whole point of it is to find what differentiates the different restaurants, right?
Right, and we may never be there again. At least when people talk about it, you went to Limani Gardens. I want to make sure they had the dishes that they're known for.
Yeah.
When we go. And, we have after dinner drinks that we do. And, it's just a great day.
Yeah. And you're going to have your Arthur Avenue trip sometime in May, and all good stuff. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I can't even tell you. And you write actually an elder column, right? It's a monthly column.
Right. So there's a monthly column. It's a magazine that's produced on Long Island and in New York. It's called The Elder Guide, and I write a monthly newsletter, on there. I write a monthly column, and basically...
What's it called?
It's called Living the Good Life for Less with Patricia Marie. And what I do is there's so many deals for the seniors. Like, seniors are on a fixed income, so they're very, it's limited, and there's a lot of things that they didn't know, and I kind of share all of the deals out there for them. And when you are a senior, there are perks to being a senior, so it's not so bad after all.
Yeah, if you know about them and you take advantage of them, it's really a good thing. Well, there's lots of perks to being a senior, other than the wisdom that you can share with all of us. That's exciting that you have that. So it's the Elder Guide is what the paper is, right? It's a magazine?
Yeah.
Magazine. The magazine, and the column is called Living the Good Life for Less. Magazine.
Right. So every month there's different things that I share, depending on the time of the year. Like over the summer, one of them is Monday through Friday. A lot of people don't know this, but you don't have to pay to go to all the state parks. Robert Moses, Jones Beach. If you're over 60, you actually don't pay to go in. And people think they need the Empire Pass. It's not valid on the weekends. You do have to pay, but if you're that senior who will go during the week, or you want to go see the different state parks, you just have to show your driver's license and you get right in.
Over 60, you say, yeah?
Yeah.
Wow, that's good. That's a great tip. Great right. tip, because that could be expensive. It leads to a good savings, and during the week, it's a nice time to go because it's not too crowded either.
Right. And if you want to follow and see the monthly, if you don't get the magazine and you want to follow the tips, you can go on to Bucket List Tours. It's Living the Good Life for Less with Patricia Marie. That's the page on Facebook. And every month when it's produced, I always share it.
Love, love, love. So, Patricia, if you had one thing that you wanted to share and tell our listeners, what would that one thing be? Enjoy
life, because tomorrow's never guaranteed. So live your life like it's your last day. Enjoy, in moderation, of course, nothing crazy, but just enjoy. Don't say I'm going to do it tomorrow, because tomorrow's never guaranteed. Do it today and make it happen. You get one life, and it's very precious, and it's very short. And that's the only thing I could share.
Sage advice. Well, that's not the only thing you can share, because I know you well. You have a lot of sage advice, and I love it because you do find the joy. And since you were a little girl, you've just been finding the joy and entertaining people and making them laugh and smile. And I just know that I've seen you at events where you take that soul individual who isn't surrounded by anybody and you make them feel at home. It's when people are around you, you just make everybody feel like we're one big happy family. Doesn't matter what your background is, doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter what your religion is or your nationality. Everybody's one big family, and that's how we should be with each other. Just kind and just oozing with love and caring about one another and helping one another. And when we do that, everybody is happy. Ourselves, they are, you are, right?
I feel like when you give, you get. And the more you give and the more you do for others, it just comes back trifold. I feel so blessed and lucky that things have happened to me. Then I'm like, wow. I'm like, because of this situation now, this experience, there's different things that happen from it that evolve. And it's it really is great. I just think the more, there's so many people, like I said, that don't, if we just enjoy, be positive, help others, it just is so rewarding when you do that.
I totally agree. I call it looking up. We need to look up from our cell phones, look up from our desks, look up from our busy schedules, and look around. And there's so much joy out there. And I just want everyone to see it and recognize it, because life is really, really good. It's very precious, like you said. And the joy is out there. You just have to find it. And I just know every time I'm around you, you're finding it. Even when you're going through struggles and challenges, you still find the joy and the happiness and still give back. And that's a lovely thing. And I find myself, yourself, and the people that we're surrounded with, we never do something to get something back, but it just happens naturally. The universe just sends something good back. You put out good, you're going to get back good. It just happens that way. Like attracts alike. So that's why you're surrounded with such great people, Patricia, and because you send out major joy and fun, especially with Bucket List Tours. And for all of you listening, bucketlistoursny.com is the website. You can go on their Facebook and Instagram at Bucket List Tours NY. As Patricia said before, her phone number, if you wanted to reach out to her, get some of her tips, join some of her bucket list tours, maybe have her create a bucket list tour just for you, your family, or your business. Call her at 631-863-6368. Patricia, you are just such a gift. I can't wait to see your list of all the tours that you're going to be doing in 2020. I know last year was just a blowout, so much fun, great experience. And I'm looking forward to all the creativity you have in 2020. No pressure.
No pressure. I can't wait. I look forward to having everyone on my trips and experiencing it and just having a great time together. I look forward to meeting new people. Every time I go on a trip, I meet beautiful people.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Patricia. We really appreciate having you and your team at Bucket List Tours on. Thank you all for joining us today on Healthy Lifestyle. My heart is always lifted by sharing this time with you. I want to thank my guest today, Patricia from Bucket List Tours. Of course, our producer, the great and wonderful Mike. Happy 2020 to you, sir. And in the meantime, don't forget to follow us on social media at Healthy Lifestyle with LA. You can always find us there, Facebook, Instagram. We're all out there. Remember, we're here to serve one another. So please take a moment, step out of your day, look up from your devices and do a little something for someone else. It doesn't have to be big. Also, remember, it takes 21 days to build a habit. And I keep talking about building and creating a new habit. It takes 21 days to build a habit and 90 days to build a lifestyle. So start with one new habit for a week, and then we can build from there. So I'm asking you to look to do that. In the meantime, thank you so much for joining us on Healthy Lifestyle. I'm Lori Anne Casdia. Make sure you play a higher role, serve a higher purpose, show up for you, and show up big.